Kia ora, my name is Kylie Chai, and I'm the Career Development and Employer Engagement Manager here at Auckland Law School. I will be leading this Marawa Mai Information Evening Career Opportunities session today. In the next 15 minutes, I will touch upon what student development and engagement resources are available to students, the career options, as well as the pathways to those who undertake and complete a University of Auckland's law degree. The support will provide you to help develop in your career. Why is this session important? A driver for every student upon completing their studies would be, will I be able to find a job with my degree? This session is a time for you to consider possible career pathways while studying with us at the law school. You will also hear from several distinguished alumni who will share their real-life career stories. If you'd like to ask questions throughout this session, please feel free to do so in the online chat. My colleague Amanda will gladly answer them as we go along. Firstly, at the University of Auckland, a broader career development service is available to all university students, regardless of their areas of study. This is called the Career Development and Employability Services, CDES for short. They have an entire online toolbox filled with quizzes and career assessments, as well as host career fairs throughout the year. With regards to the law school specifically, we are fortunate to have the first and only in-house careers team in Aotearoa, New Zealand. It is my pleasure to introduce the Student Development and Engagement team. Amanda and I are committed to empowering all students to pursue personally meaningful careers as a team. We work with students of all backgrounds, identities, and interests. We also offer in-person and virtual one-on-one career advising for students. Students of all years, interests, and stages of their career development are welcomed to make an appointment with us. Come connect with us to discover your interests and possible career paths you can explore during your time here at Auckland Law School. Aside from personal career advice sessions, we also help students with their CVs and cover letters, run mock interview practice sessions. In addition, we also host a range of career development programs and masterclasses throughout the year. From the employer engagement industry partnership aspect, we offer community papers and work experiences, career development programs, and panel speaker events. From your first year to your last year at the law school, we are here to support and journey with you from academic life to the transition into working life. We have great connections and maintain strong partnerships with the legal community and the wider business circles. Students can leverage these networks and relationships to explore industries and businesses of interest. We also provide an outstanding menu of programs for students to participate in and build up skills that will help them achieve successful careers once they graduate. I will now talk about the possible career pathways for students with an LLB or an LLB conjoint degree. If students choose to embark on a career as a practicing lawyer, there are various areas of the law to consider. As you can see from the list, on the left, while we divide up the law into separate practice areas, in reality, all these areas cross over in the law firms. We call these private practice law firms full-service firms. Aside from private practice, some students may consider working as in-house legal counsels in big corporations. Alternatively, should you decide that after your studies, you'd like to explore alternative pathways instead of practicing, there are opportunities abound. The reality is, half of our LLB students work in law, while the other half go on to equally meaningful professions, either becoming public policy officers and advisors, industry relations managers, commercial managers, professional services consultants, and the likes. The beauty of the law school is that you are taught the skills to think analytically in these formative study years. A law degree equips graduates with excellent communication and research skills, which are used extensively beyond the legal profession. Individuals who graduate with the University of Auckland law degree will have the versatility to choose what career paths they would like to follow. And this degree will easily stand you out from the crowd in competitive labour markets. Here are some real-life examples of the diversity of career pathways one can take. We have Christina, an alumnus with an LLB BA conjoint with a double major in anthropology and sociology. She is now a prosecutor in the Police Prosecution Services. We have Isaac, an alumnus with an LLB BA conjoint in communications, who is now an online safety consultant with NetSafe. Another outstanding alumnus, Rohan, who graduated with an LLB BCom conjoint, is now a junior legal counsel with Te Whatu Ora, working at the North Shore Hospital. If you have an LLB Bachelor of Engineering conjoint, you could work in intellectual property like Scott. If you have an LLB Bachelor of Science conjoint, you could consider working for a barrister as a law clerk, just like Alana. Even if you undertake an LLB alone, you could be an entertainment lawyer just like Joel. Remember how I mentioned earlier that half of our graduates go on to explore meaningful and diverse careers? I want to highlight 3 examples of graduates who are now working in diverse careers. We have Maddie, an alumnus with an LLB BA conjoint in education, politics, and Māori studies. She is now Deloitte's early careers advisor. Next, we have Lauren, an alumnus with an LLB BCom conjoint in accounting, who is now the operations manager for AI and legal tech with Onnit. Another outstanding alumnus is Anna, who graduated with an LLB BA conjoint in politics and international relations. She is now the advocacy and policy manager with Amnesty International. I hoped that by seeing these amazing examples, you remain eager and open-minded to the endless career possibilities awaiting you after graduation. Now that I have showcased the diversity of careers in law, what are some things you can do while you're studying with us? My first advice would be to keep up your good grades. However, good grades are just one of the things you need to maintain. Employers look for well-rounded students with a passion for what they do. That's why you should educate yourself on career options by attending career events, industry engagements, workshops, get involved in mooting and negotiation competitions, volunteer your time at community-based organizations, participate in the mentoring and coaching programs, as well as check out the clubs and societies here on campus. We also recommend students to gain some relevant work experience, be it through summer clerkships, internships, or even part-time employment. You should also take the time at university to make friends and network. I will now briefly touch upon the career development programs available to students. First of all, for Part 1 students, we encourage you to participate in the Career Preview program. This program is designed to help Part 1 law students reflect on their first year of study, glimpse what a legal profession might entail, and prepare for the transition into Part 2 and beyond. We have the Career Explore program for Part 2 and Part 3 students. This program is crafted to help you find out what a career in law could look like and push you into thinking about jobs outside of the law. This program will share with you some practical advice on CV, cover letters, interview and networking techniques, and a chance to engage with industry partners through site visits and mock interviews. For penultimate and final year students, we encourage them to join the Women's Mentoring Program, He Ira Wahine. The Women's Mentoring Program offers professional development opportunities for female students to benefit from a mentor's experience and industry knowledge. This is a fantastic opportunity to acquire an insight into the world of work and to get your career off to the best possible start. Penultimate and final year students are also encouraged to participate in the Coffee Mates program. In collaboration with Webb Henderson, this program's purpose is to allow students to explore legal professions through coffee conversations with various industry professionals to gain experience interacting with lawyers. We also have speed networking sessions and masterclasses with industry partners such as Minter Ellison Rudd-Watts and Harmers Horton Lusk. These masterclasses are designed to introduce the latest developments in financial services law or corporate law, as well as masterclasses in immigration and refugee law with Riken and Associates. We also host Practice Area Basics 101, where students will learn and understand the basics of each area of law straight from the mouths of legal professionals. We have an exciting spread of career development programs, and all of them have unique things to offer. From the employer engagement industry partnership aspect, we have 2 community internship papers available at the law school. You can enroll in either one of these to gain academic credit, all while you gain amazing work experiences with these organizations. These papers are open to Part 3 and Part 4 students and involve between 75 and 150 hours of unpaid, supervised work in a law-related field with the law school-approved non-profit or government entity. We have a number of these organizations who currently support these papers. They include Landmark Chambers, Police Prosecutions, New Zealand Centre for Environmental Law, Aotearoa New Zealand Centre for Indigenous Peoples and the Law, and Environmental Defence Society. At the end of your internship, you will be required to write a report on your experience, drawing on your learnings from your university papers. We have had glowing reviews from students who come back to us at the end of their degree and mention that their internship experience through these papers were some of their highlights of their time at university. To be in the know of all these career development programs and community papers, law school students will receive a newsletter every week containing the latest news and events. We also have a LinkedIn student development and engagement group. In addition, there is a dedicated Law Career Guide website where students can browse all the successful stories and graduate profiles from various firms. We also host various recruitment presentation events to help students understand what the outside working world looks like. Before I wrap up, please note that you will be well supported here at Auckland Law School. The Student Development and Engagement team are based in Buildings 810, and our doors are always open to students. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you on campus. Now that I've spoken about the career opportunities and pathways available to you, I want to welcome you to listen to the career stories of some of our outstanding alumni.
Hi, my name's Emma and I'm a first-year solicitor at Simpson Grierson. My dad studied law at university and he would tell me all these amazing stories about what it was like to work in legal practice and the exciting cases that he worked on. And that was so inspiring to me growing up and made me want to pursue the same career. I studied here at Auckland Law School, where I took advantage of the wide range of subjects that they have on offer. I took some of the bigger electives like company law, and evidence was a personal favourite. I also took some of the more specialist papers like corporate insolvency and law of family property, which set me up with a great foundation for my first years of practice. What was great is the lecturers at Auckland Law School were so approachable and their classes were very engaging, and you could tell that they were so inspired by their area of expertise, which really rubs off on you as a student. I actually secured my opportunity at Simpson Grierson through a friend of mine that I had gone all the way through law school with, and she was employed at Simpson Grierson in their graduate program, and when a similar opportunity came up, she put my name forward, and I was invited to interview with two of the partners there, one in the commercial team and one in the commercial litigation team. And we sat there and discussed my interests, my passions, and the types of work that they do on a day-to-day basis, and it sounded like just the thing that I was looking for when I left law school. My current role is in Simpson Grierson's commercial litigation team, which means my days are always varied. Work is never the same. One day I could be assisting in researching novel issues, or I could be assisting with a important strategic meeting or negotiations and potential settlement discussions. What's great about working in such a big, diverse and different team is I get to work on a wide range of matters and people with lots of different experiences, which I can learn from. The piece of advice I would give law students starting out is get involved where you can and make as many new connections as possible, because you never know what doors they'll open up for you in the future.
Kia ora, bula, and hello. My name is Harshal Mistry, and I currently work as a modern work specialist at Microsoft New Zealand. A little bit about me. I've just recently graduated in 2021 with a bachelor's in law and commerce, majoring in accounting. I also am the first graduate in my family to both get a degree as well as study law. And I know a lot of you sitting here today might be in a similar boat to me, so I'm more than happy to share my journey as to how I got through the university. So my experience at the law school was a little bit different. I worked a full-time job while studying, so I didn't have a lot of time to go through clubs and extracurricular activities. However, I knew where my passions and values lay. As a result, I decided to join a club called Equal Justice Project. This allowed me to apply what I had learned in the classroom to the community. I'm a big advocate of making the law more accessible to others. In this way, I got to work with like-minded lawyers as well as work in a team to problem solve real-life situations and scenarios. It was an awesome experience, and I encourage you all to step outside of your comfort zone to do the same. But what I love about my job is that I get to critically think as well as problem solve in their scenarios and in their industry. What I mean by that is I get to sit on calls with these clients and discuss what their organization and industry is going through. And what I get to do is see how technology can help them modernize, but as well as problem solve the situations or scenarios they might be going through. I love my job here in the tech industry. I not only got a degree, but I got to learn a lot of life skills. I learned how to time manage, critically think, written communication, oral communication, as well as how to work in a team, which is all crucial when it comes to the working lifestyle. Thank you all for listening to my story today. I'm excited to see the impact you make in the community and how you shape the next generation coming forward. I too encourage you all to step outside of your comfort zone and try things that you may not think you want to do. And if you ever want to talk, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to share my journey with you all. All the best.
I started university in 2016, then I came here as an international student from Singapore. Being an international student, it was not as daunting as I would have imagined, because Auckland, being a multicultural city, was quite similar to where I was from in Singapore. So I found fitting in here was quite easy. It was also easy to make friends because I stayed at university halls. I started off with a conjoint in psychology and law. I eventually dropped psychology because I knew that I wanted to do law. I really enjoyed my time at law school. I enjoyed my extracurriculars more than going to lectures. So I ended up participating in a lot of law school competitions like mooting and negotiation. And then I started a few clubs with my friends. One of them at law school was the Law Association for International Students. I'm currently working at Daily Piper New Zealand. But my journey to get here wasn't like a lot of the other lawyers who work here. So being a big firm, a lot of these firms tend to hire students who participated in their summer internship programs. And because I was an international student, I spent most of my summers visiting my family back in Singapore. So I missed out on those. However, I did get a job out of law school, and that was in a small general practice firm in the suburbs. And I really enjoyed that role because, like I said, I didn't really know what I wanted to focus on in my career. So that gave me the opportunity to try firsthand a whole bunch of different areas of law, from criminal practice to commercial and real estate. Everyone can give law school a shot while they're working on a conjoint as their main degree. For example, if you want to do arts, science, or commerce, you could always just do part one law and see if you like it before deciding, whether this is something you want to continue with or maybe not. If you are considering law, I would really recommend it, because even if you don't want to become a lawyer, a law degree opens up so many options for you. Even if you do want to be a lawyer, there's so many different types of law you could do. You could work in, like a big firm and specialize in an area of practice, or you could work in a smaller firm, build a client base, do a bit more private client work. And if you don't want to be a lawyer, it's still such a valuable degree for example, business consulting, government policy, and all that kind of stuff. There are definitely a lot of programs that help you decide if law is the right career for you. A lot of programs that offer work experience and a lot of seminars from people in the industry to help you make a good decision as well.